gentlemen, welcome back to the Lakeland Vale Let's Play series with me, CWATTYESO, here in Farming Simulator 19. It's day 7 of summer, and we've got things to do, I do believe. I have reseeded fields 1 and 4. Need to get those fertilised, and then we need to get on and harvest field 3. Okay, so that's going to be due. I also need to go and move my truck because I've left it here after messing around with the seeder, trying to figure out why it wouldn't use fertiliser. I've actually reached out to the mod author of that seeder. I've gone to his Facebook page, I've checked, I've got the latest version of his mod installed. I've done a test with it on a different save game and it's still giving me the same problem. So even though I've updated the mod to the latest version, it still won't let me fertilise if I put the tanks on the discs. So I've just basically reached out to him, posted a message to him and said, you know, let me know what's going on. Whether I'm looking at the mod wrong and it doesn't actually do what I want it to do. Whether it's working as you intend or whether there's something wrong with it. And hopefully he will come back to me and reply. I don't know how fast he's likely to respond. I've also posted a message about the mod on one of my modding groups that I'm a member of. But the replies I've had so far have been less than helpful. Because people are telling me, oh, it works for me, and I'm like, yeah, I really don't think it does. But hey, you know, hard to tell. So I need a fertiliser. Right, we're going to grab this. Another thing, this mod here, this Case Magnum tractor. Again, this is the one I downloaded off the mod hub, which I have since discovered has some issues with attachers and connectors and stuff like that. And it turns out it's made by the same guy who makes the seeder. Okay. And he's actually when I went to his Facebook page to look at what was wrong with the seeder, it turns out that he's actually got a more updated version of that tractor. He's actually got version 4 on his Facebook page. Okay. Yeah, version 1 is the one that's on the mod hub. I don't know why he's not updated the mod on the mod hub. No ideas. The same applies to the Case Steiger mod as well. He's got a more up-to-date version of that on his Facebook page than he has on the mod hub. So what I've done, I've downloaded those mods. Now the Case Steiger, I've actually removed the mod hub one, and I've replaced it with the Facebook one. Obviously at the moment, because I own this one here, I've got that tractor. I can't replace it with the new version, but what I may do, I may sell off my tractor, sell it, buy the new one, and then remove the old version of the mod. See if that fixes the issues I've been having with the trailer hitch and stuff, the connectors. What else is there for me to tell you? Between the last episode that you will have seen on the channel, where I was doing the seeding, I did try to do a video where I did record another video where I sold 10 silage bales. I took 10 silage bales from the farm, took them and sold them. I sold them to the global market mod because I honestly was not impressed with the price that in-game was offering me. The animal dealer and the farm barn sales, when I sold them yesterday, when I was looking to sell them, the animal supplies was offering me $100 and the farm barn sales was offering me $90. for silage bales, and I was like, no thank you, not a chance am I going to sell them at that price. So I sold them to the global market and got 37 grand for it. And then what I proceeded to do was take the trailer. After I'd sold the bales, I took the trailer back to the store because I didn't want the trailer with the swivelly wheels. I wanted fixed wheel trailer. So I sold the trailer, bought the one with the fixed wheels. I then decided I wanted to buy some pallets of seed and fertiliser. So I checked my trailer, and my trailer said it could hold 20 pallets. So I bought 10 pallets of seed and I bought 10 pallets of fertiliser. I was at the store loading them on the trailer using the auto load light and using this very tractor. I got 10 pallets loaded on it, and then it wouldn't load anymore. So I was like, checked again. Yeah, trailer's supposed to take 20 pallets. So I ended up having to buy another trailer. Tested that one. Yeah, that one works fine. That one loads the 20 pallets. So I ended up selling off the other trailer. So again, for people using the auto load trailers, on the LS Mod Company website, there's this this pack here, which I forget what it's called. It's called the Freyjung Transport Pack or something. And then there's an update. There's a version. I don't know whether it's done by the same person, but it's the Hopfac Transport Pack. And basically, it's the Hopfac, which is the more this is supposed to be more up to date, and it has support for different types of pallets if you use the global company mods and things like that. It has more support for different types of pallets and different sizes of pallets. But I bought that trailer, the Hopfac TSD H05, and it says 20 pallets. It wouldn't hold 20 pallets. So what I did, I went back and bought that one, the Cargo Line TSD H05, and that one works just fine. And it also has the auto load light, so I really don't know what the guy's done. He's added support for extra pallets, but in doing so, he looks like he's broke some functionality there. He's broke some of his stacking and fill types. So I've changed the trailer, and quite simply, I decided in the end that I don't think I'm going to upload that video, because I don't think it's particularly entertaining viewing. Me loading a trailer with some bales, going to sell it, and then me taking the trailer, selling the trailer, buying a load of pallets, loading pallets on the trailer, halfway through realising the trailer won't take the pallets, then buying another trailer, loading that up. It just I don't think it makes for good viewing. So I don't think I'm going to upload that video. So if there is no, as you're watching this video, if there is no video where I've been doing bale and pallet buying and selling, that'll be the reason why, because I decided, you know what, it doesn't really add anything to the series and what I'm doing. I've also decided today, prior to starting up this series episode and recording, I have removed the manure storage mod and all the associated mods to do with that. The manure system mod, should I say. I have since discovered that it causes even more problems with pallets, herbicide, liquid fertiliser, not just with the shelf rack that I tried to install recently and use on the farm, but also other mods. And I think, to be honest, the guy who does the manure system mod needs to fix that. Whatever he's done to the in-game or the default liquid fertiliser and herbicide pallets, he needs to change that. He needs to revert that. Leave those pallets, you know, default. Don't mess with the default in-game pallets, because it causes problems with other mods that then try to use them. And especially when these mods have been on the mod hub longer than your mod, you perhaps don't want to be messing with mods that break other mods' functionalities. You know, that seems like a bad modding practice to me if you're a mod maker and there's a load of mods that have come out before yours that work perfectly fine, and then you go and make a mod that breaks all those mods that people have probably already downloaded and been using for quite some time. Surely as a mod maker you should make sure that your mod is compatible with what has come before it. You know, keep saying this, especially if it's on the mod hub. If it's on the mod hub and it's been, you know, done by giants and uploaded by giants, you need to make sure your mods are compatible with the mod hub mods. Obviously you can't have compatibility with every, you know, Tom, Dick and Harry's mod that's uploaded on every third-party website or Facebook group or whatever. You can't offer support for that, but as a basic rule, I would say mod makers should make sure their mods are compatible with the mods that are on the mod hub that have been published and have been for some time. And that applies to third-party people uploading their mods to third-party websites as well. You know? So I've done the fertilising. I'm going to quickly herbicide spray field 4 because that is now at full fertiliser. I can't herbicide field 1 yet because I still need to put another layer of fertiliser on that. So I may have to mechanically weed field 1. My big weeder out and go do some weeding. I don't think there's any contracts yet for Dolores to have a look at. What we got in there? Absolutely nothing. Right, we want some herbicide then. Because one of the problems I found as well when I was doing my little test save recently, which is what prompted me to remove the liquid herbicide, the manure system mod, was that when you brought liquid fertilizer pallets or herbicide pallets over to buildings like this storage thing, they wouldn't empty into it. You couldn't empty them into it, and it wasn't just like the racks, even like these like silos, fillable silos, wouldn't recognise the pallets. So there was no way to fill them unless you got a tanker, emptied the pallets into the tanker, and then unloaded the tanker into the. And I just didn't want to faff about with that, being brutally honest. So the manure system mod, if people were looking forward to me connecting hoses to empty my pig slurry tanks and cow slurry tanks, sorry, but I'm not going to use that mod. I've decided. It's if it didn't conflict with other mods, I probably would have left it in, and I probably would have had a go with it at some point. But honestly, it just isn't worth me messing about with. If it breaks functionality with other things, it's not for me. And raise that back up, because of course. Of course, didn't you activate GPS for this? So I've got to try and remember to do the old overlap business. I'm not going to be able to see where I've actually sprayed, that's the problem. I'll get this done. We'll then grab the harvester. We'll do our sunflower harvest, which is right there. And then we'll see how we go from there. Like I say, ideally I would like to see some harvest contracts coming up that I can do whilst I've got the harvester on lease. Because right now it's costing me about £5 a day in leasing fees for that harvester. So ideally I'd like to do a couple more harvests with it before I call it a day and return it for this season, for this year. Looks like there's a couple of fields there that are ready to harvest. Look, shall we? Okay, why haven't the weeds been killed? There. This is what I hate about seasons. Messes up. Right, field 12 is ready to harvest. Field 23 is ready to harvest. So there might be some contracts. Let's have a look. Not yet. Not yet. Maybe they don't give you contracts in the first stage of harvesting. Tell you what, I'm annoyed. I'm getting annoyed with seasons because seasons messes with stuff that, like you say, why can't I apply fertiliser and then apply herbicide after? Why can't I fertilise my field and then kill weeds? Or why can't I kill weeds and then apply fertiliser on top of the field? Why does it mess me about? Now that was a waste. So the herbicide I've just sprayed has been a complete waste. That's cost me money because obviously I've had to buy the herbicide. I can see why more and more people now are actually starting to switch off seasons and move away from it. I know it was all the rage. Everyone was like, oh, I can't wait for seasons to come out. Seasons, can't wait for seasons, can't wait for seasons. But now that it's out and it's not working right sometimes, some things are just... I don't know why the seasons makers have made it like it is. But... let's see if I can squeeze through here. He says as he drives directly into the tree. I was going to go through that shed, but I've still got trailers and auger wagons parked in that shed. So I can't do it. Stevie has done another map update for this map, and he's updated some of his global company mods. So hopefully the compost machine blinking in and out of existence if you turn off your interactive trigger markers should be fixed going forward. I've personally not updated to the map because I've not noticed any texture issues with the map, and I'm not going to update the map just for that reason, because I have to edit so many files, because obviously I change a lot of things. One of the things I tend to do on all the buying points, all the fill points, like say the silo fill point and also the tip points, I tend to go into the i3D files and make those triggers bigger, just scale them up a bit so they're a bit more user friendly. And especially when you come to use mods like course plate and you're using different vehicles, sometimes different trucks have slightly different You know, they drive on, even though you record a course with one vehicle and it will run that course perfectly. If you then put another vehicle on that course, that vehicle might just drive a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, and that can then just not break things, because then it's not quite in the trigger zone when it comes to fill up or tip or something. So so what I do is just go through all the i3D files in the map, make all the unloading triggers a little bit bigger, make all the fill triggers a lot bigger. I also do things for like quality of life, so like the water fill triggers on the map, I always make sure they're set to like fill rate is like 5,000 rather than like 500, otherwise you're sat waiting forever to fill a trailer up with water. And then there's just a couple of other things I generally change and make tweaks to, like I make it so that planters can sow potatoes, and then a few other little bits and pieces that I change. But obviously if I update the map, I've then got to go through and re-update all those, re-edit all those files every time. So I have not updated to the latest version of the map, unless Stevie does some massive changes going forward. Because I honestly haven't really noticed any texture issues. I don't know what causes that. Again, if the textures are being caused by lighting or shaders or something, then obviously I might not see that, because I'm using a different lighting and shader mod, which again requires me to change files within the map. So I might not be seeing blinking textures or something, I don't know. It's hard to say. But anyway, we'll get these sunflowers harvested. Don't know when the best time of year is to sell sunflowers. It's not far away. I've also lost the planting window now for soybeans, but we are back in the planting window for wheat, barley, oat, canola. Might plant something on this field. I'll have to wait and see. If I plant wheat, barley or oats or anything like that, I'm not going to get to harvest it this year. So it means the whole field is just going to be sat for several months now, not doing anything. Potentially what I could do is plant some oilseed radish. Could sow oilseed radish on the field and then cultivate that in to give me a free fertiliser state. And then next year when I do the and then next year when I replant the field with a actual crop, I will get my I'll get my extra fertiliser. It'll also save me buying some fertiliser, which would be nice. Keep the costs down. Although, as I say, I have bought 10 pallets of seed, 10 pallets of fertiliser, and I bought a couple of pallets of lime. They're on a rack in the shed. You may have seen that actually as I drove past with the harvester. I have bought the pallet storage rack thing because I know that works. And I suppose now the liquid storage rack will work as well. Now that I've bought the got rid of the manure system mods. empty that there, because otherwise that will get full. I have just missed that. Tried to take a screenshot, but I think I may have just missed the opportunity. Okay, so sunflower harvest is finished. Right, we got 31,219 litres. Not massive. Not a massive yield. Compared to like the corn and the wheat, definitely not a massive yield. We'll go this way. Gonna have to see how that fares us financially as the year goes on. We come to sell the crops. Again, if I choose to sell only half of it and keep half of it, make us a little bit of income. But obviously, it ain't going to make us massively rich. Now I'm going to park this trailer out here. But actually, I'm going to park it in here. And then what I'm probably going to do as well, go grab that loading wagon out of here, which is kind of in the way a little bit. I'm going to give him a new home as well in that same shed. I'm going to park that guy in there too. Both of me trailers in that shed. I may even, at some point, possibly consider removing the farm wall sales building, selling that off, and placing it somewhere else on the map. Finding another location to place wall sales. You know, maybe down here where there's all the other sell points and stuff. Maybe in one of these areas where I've got buildings and stuff. and then replacing it instead with a regular shed, you know, a regular shedded building is what I could do. Right, well, with the sunflower harvest now done, I think I'm going to end the episode at this point. I'm going to go and quickly use this on my weeds. So if you have enjoyed today's episode, folks, please go ahead and click that like button. Don't forget to leave your comments in the section down below. If you're not doing so already, please go ahead and make sure you've ticked that subscribe button, and also the little bell icon to make sure you get notifications when I upload new videos. And be sure to share the video wherever you see fit with whomever you see fit. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys all again very soon for another episode. I've been CWATTYESO. This has been the Lakeland Vale Map by Stevie. I will see you all again very soon. Goodbye for now.